A great and marvelous work is about to come forth. Now, there's a lot of things that could be, but it's interesting that all of those revelations that use that phrase are given before June of 1829, when the Book of Mormon is translated. After June of 1829, that phrase is no longer used. To me, I believe when the Lord is saying in these revelations, a marvelous work is about to come forth, He's meaning the marvel of the Book of Mormon. Now, one person that helped in bringing forth the Book of Mormon that often gets overlooked is Emma Smith. Emma Smith helped actually scribe, and in her words, she scribed the majority of the first 116 pages that end up getting lost that we'll talk about. She was intimately involved in the coming forth of the Book of Mormon as her husband translated that record. Well, later in her life, in 1879, she was interviewed by her son, Joseph Smith III. He asks her some great questions. Like one time he asks her, question, are you sure that he had the plates at the time you were writing for him? She gives this wonderful testimony. Emma says, the plates often lay on the table without any attempt at concealment, wrapped in a small linen tablecloth, which I had given for him to fold them in. I once felt of the plates as they thus lay on the table, tracing their outline and shape. They seemed to be pliable like thick paper and would rustle with a metallic sound when the edges were moved by the thumb, as one does sometimes thumb the edges of a book. What a beautiful tactile testimony there, by the way. But then he asks a great question, getting at this marvel of the Book of Mormon. He asks really an honest question, and I think it's a logical question. There's only a few ways the Book of Mormon could have come forth. Either Joseph Smith made it up himself, just off the top of his head, and he's some sort of creative, religious, literary genius, or he used a team of people and they fabricated it, or it came from God and was a translation of an ancient record. Those are a few of the options, but it's logically one of those very few options. So she's asked the question, could not Joseph Smith have dictated the Book of Mormon to you, Oliver Cowdery and others who wrote for him, after having first written it or having first read out of some other book? Listen to what Emma says. Answer. Joseph Smith could neither write nor dictate a coherent and a well-worded letter. And only the wife of a prophet can say that, by the way. Let alone dictating a book like the Book of Mormon. That kind of flies in the face of literary genius theory, by the way. But then notice what she says. And although I was an active participant in the scenes that transpired and was present during the translation of the plates and had cognizance of things as they transpired, it is marvelous to me, a marvel and a wonder as much as to anyone else. My belief is that the Book of Mormon is of divine authenticity. I have not the slightest doubt of it. That's from Emma Smith in an 1879 interview. I love that she herself bears her witness and then calls it a marvel and a wonder. And when you think of synonyms, take a look at this list of synonyms for marvelous. This is just right off the internet when you type in synonyms. When the Lord says a marvelous work is about to come forth, well, maybe a better way to think of it is a fantastic work, a remarkable work, an awesome work, a breathtaking, an awful work, fabulous, wonderful, unusual, incredible, phenomenal, awe-inspiring, or some other ones that really fit the Book of Mormon, like bewildering, confounding. A difficult to believe work is about to come forth, an unimaginable work, a surprising work, a supernatural work is about to come forth. I think all of those are wonderful synonyms, and they encompass everything of what the Book of Mormon is. It is wonderful. It is unimaginable. It is striking. It is fantastic. It is remarkable. It is incomprehensible, as history has shown with the book.